Hi, I'm Vaughan Williams, and today I've got a commentary from Jessevdmeulen, who some of you may well know as a sort of well-known FN player. And this commentary is slightly different to most commentaries, as Jesse appears to have decided to serialize his autobiography on my channel. By the way, what you're watching here is a documentary about Brexit. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this commentary. I realise that it's against not the greatest opposition you'll ever see, and obviously it's a Batman-themed one with a shotgun. But anyway, yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and many thanks to Jesse for doing this commentary. Links to his videos in the description, so enjoy.
Hi everyone, my name is Jesse and today I'm doing this commentary for Vaughan Williams, your favorite YouTuber. It's been actually 1 year ago, roughly, since I did the last commentary for him, so I'm excited to see what this will bring. And yeah, Vaughan passed me some topics to talk about, which are the evolution of The Last of Us and the Last of Us community. Um, well, I thought for everyone that's different, like everyone experienced their Tilu journey, if you want to call it like that, differently. For example, a lot of my Tilu journey, if you want to call it, I'll just call it that, um, took place on Reddit mostly, but you have others who only went to the PlayStation forums or only in the YouTube comments or anything. So I just thought, why not talk about my personal experience? Maybe some of you can relate to it. It will be interesting to discuss it in the comments. With Vaughn, of course, I'm not gonna bother. Um, so yeah, some by the way, some game playing in the background. He told me it was a good game, but it's fun gameplay. So yeah, you should just try to be try to put a bit of nuance in there. Um, so my Tilu journey, well, it started off. I'll go to the very basics from when I first saw Last of Us and the game. I was watching PewDiePie back in the day with my sister, and I always thought, who's this screaming guy and whatever. He was very screamy and all that back in the day, and he played Last of Us, and my sister watched him religiously. So I thought, why not take a shot at it? And I watched the episode with her, and he was playing The Last of Us. And then after like 2 episodes, we got hooked. We would look out to a new episode every day, and yeah, I really liked the playthrough. I watched it like 2 times, and it was really cool. I wanted to play Last of Us myself as well, but I didn't have a PlayStation, nor were my parents gonna give me one. Until I ended up in the hospital for roughly a month, and I asked my mom, if I get out of the hospital, will you get me a PlayStation 3? And it was around the time the PlayStation 4 was already announced, and she was like, "All right, sure." So then when I got the PlayStation, I got FIFA 14 with it, I believe, and I played that a whole lot. Didn't like it as much, but I just played it because I had nothing else to play. And then we went to like the Dutch Best Buy, and I got The Last of Us. So at first I played through the single player campaign, and I was stuck at almost every single level, didn't know how to get out of it. It was terrible. But I really liked it, also because I saw PewDiePie play it, and now I could play it myself, and it was all very, very nice actually. Um, and then I didn't play it for a while, and I actually looked at my trophies to check how far I played. I won my first multiplayer match, how far that was from my first single player trophy, and it's around 3 months, I believe. So I'm not quite sure how again, but I think I played it through twice, and then I saw factions, and I was like, let's see what this is. Maybe it's DLC or something. I thought it was just like a story expansion, and then I played it, and I knew it was a multiplayer after like two games, and I was playing on the dam, I believe, and I was like, wow, this isn't like Tommy's dam at all. Like it looks like it had the atmosphere, but it doesn't. It isn't Tommy's dam. So I was just confused, trying to figure out like how how to place it in the environment, and I was absolutely horrible at the multiplayer. I like disgustingly horrible. I played it with my sister. I think I just played with anything basically. I didn't play with the sniper because I told her that's too hard to use. So let me check. Yeah, so I was absolutely garbage. When someone was down, I would just run across the map to see to get a revive. That was the only thing I was good for. I didn't do anything basically until I found videos of Sancho West. Probably a lot of us can relate to finding videos of Sancho, and I saw the sniping tips and tricks, and I saw more YouTubers like just on the recommended section, and Davey Ski, and I was like, wow, these guys are so good. Like how do they do this? And I saw his shiving tips and tricks, and also how to unlock and unlock certain perks of whatever, like how to progress. And then I also went to Reddit because he recommended it to his viewers, like go to Last of Us Faction, such a cool place. So I went there and I play with some people, and they recommend me to play as a medic. And I have to say that's the advice I give to anyone who's new to the multiplayer as well. Just play as a medic, learn how to be support, and I still very like playing as a medic, to be honest. Like there's a long period on PS3 where I just played with a tactical shotgun and with a medic class, even though I played FN for like 1.5 years by then. Um, so I was playing as a medic, but eventually I got good enough to play with other things, and I became like a sort of shiver, like the complete stealth player you could be. I watched all the stealth tips and how the player mechanics worked and all that, and it was amazing to me. Yeah, I remember at that point I got pretty good at the game. Well, that's all subjectively, of course, just being good because I snuck up behind people. But again, that's just how it was in my experience. And I remember coming across some guys who were from Belgium, and I 1v1 them and stuff. It was so silly. It was just like a Cobra training 1v1 on Lakeside. It was literally on Lakeside, and it was so cool. And then I became like the sort of bow stealth player stereotype, hashtag bow love and all that. And there was like a period I saw Davey Ski footage and more New Year Extreme. He was so good. He gave a lot of good tips. And I started playing with the semi-auto and trying to snipe, but I was still disgustingly horrible at it. We need to keep in mind I was like level 80 here, something like that. Level 80, yeah, that could be. I had my first 1v1 when I was like level 50 or so. And I just already saw people like level 300, and I told my sister these people have absolutely no life. And now I'm 500, level 500 or something on PS3. But that aside, I think at some point I started playing with more people from the subreddit, who were really good, 10 times better than I was. And I met Luke in a private game, and I was like, wow, dude, you want to play with me and all that. And so yeah, I started playing with Luke and other guys from Reddit, and we just played every night, and it was lots of fun. They made me be a better player, and I learned team mechanics because I was still very bad at the time. You got to keep that in mind. I was only doing good because I was running around with a silence burst and silence bow and silenced everything. Silence bow, just smack a silencer on that. And so at one point on Reddit, this is where like I was level 180 or something, I believe now. And at some point, I was I saw a post on Reddit. Yo guys, there's an FN ladder, and but there's not a lot of players for it. Perhaps could you subscribe? Could you, I don't know, could you sign up? And one of the moderators for the FN ladder contacted me and was like, I played with you. You're pretty good. You want to give it a shot at FN? And you got to keep in mind, FN was at its early stages, basically, back then. Davy Ski just quit. It was around that period of time. Well, I'm not sure if he just quit, but it was around his last, his last breath. So I'd say like summer 2014. And so I signed up, but I didn't know how it worked, and I just made a team. I posted something on Reddit like, "Yo, who wants to join my team?" And I got some guys, and one guy, Mickeldinho, he was by far the best out there. And but the team didn't really form because a lot of players left and weren't good enough. They were just like me, just support players, both stealth players, all that. Um, I do remember at the time I started playing with the hunting rifle a whole lot. Like a weekend, I just put on the grind for the sniper, and like a complete grind, just played like 10 hours only with the hunting rifle. And I remember I got decent at it, I think. Um, I saw the drag shot videos of Sancho West and all that. And I watched a lot of gameplay for people who were already good with the sniper just to visualize, which actually really helps. I have to stress that it does help to watch gameplay from people who are good at the game. And yeah, I started playing more with the sniper and burst and becoming more aware of how to be a good player other than just by sneaking up behind people. And yeah, so the FN team didn't really work out at first because I didn't know how to assemble a team and all that. And then at some point I got together with Luke, Jorge, Jorge Luis 26 and Mickeldinho, and we played our first FN match against BOG. A bunch of girls, Cody Jennings' team. It's still on YouTube, and I think I was around level 220 or something. And oh my god, it was one of the most amazing matches I played in my life. I played as a support, of course, just with the first aid training free and all that. And oh my god, the game's almost over. Well, maybe we have to do an episode. This is like from me starting up to what's it called, to like freaking FN first game, and it's still on YouTube. You can watch it if you want. I'll stress to Vaughn that he needs to put it in the description because it's really fun to hear, and you can still hear my voice. It's like very prepubescent and stuff, and it was such a funny game, and Cody and his team were the perfect guests or the perfect opponents. We won, spoiler alert, and I was like, okay, what now? Like I didn't know how to support. They could have easily false reported, and I wouldn't have mind. And it was around summer 2014, yeah. So Cody is a very nice guy. It was such a fun game, and we just all had a laugh, and we weren't taking it that serious. Honestly, we're just like, oh, it's a it's a fun competition you can play and all whatever, and like everything was still allowed, covert training and all that, jazz. So we lost the first match horribly, and I was like, all right, we're not suited for this. Let's go back to like just interrogation. And well, eventually we won. It was such an amazing comeback. Well, I have to thank Mikkel and Luke for that. And yeah, so from then on, I got pretty hooked because it was one of the most exciting matches I've played in my life, and back in the day at least. And I got really hooked to the adrenaline rush it gave me and all that. So I started becoming more aware of FN and everything that had to do with it. Because for now I saw like FN videos, and all I commented was, "Why don't you craft a Molotov?" or something like that. Like I saw all these guys crafting health kits. I was like, "What the fuck? Why are these guys good? They don't know like that you should craft a Molotov instead." And um, yeah, that was. I'm just sitting here with a smile on my face. It was such a wonderful time, and I remember seeing myself on YouTube for the first time as well, and I really liked it. I was like, wow, I'm on YouTube, and even though the video had like 80 views, um, yeah. So I think we should actually, if you guys like this, we can maybe make a little series of it or whatever. So we can call this like the first stage, and I'll like this first episode ends with "We won from BOG, a bunch of girls." Check it out in the description. We'll probably be there. And now I'm gonna commentate on Vaughn a little bit because he actually made a comeback with a shotgun, so it's not that impressive anymore. But he got 130 cans, so he doesn't have a really that much of a empty. Oh my god, you should have a hungry clan. And Vaughn, you should really reload your weapons. That's one thing I can't stand. Even when I was at level 50, I saw YouTubers not reloading their weapons. I just cringed all the time. I was like, wow, how please reload. I can't stand this. So, and yeah, but he's probably gonna make this comeback. Otherwise, he wouldn't have sent it to me. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to me. We have like 30 seconds on the clock, but yeah, if you want to subscribe to my channel, please go ahead. I'll make some more Last of Us videos, but not gameplay wise, more commentating wise. Uncharted 4 videos if you're into that. Yeah, leave a comment if you like this sort of stuff, stealth video, and me talking about my experience. Please let me know like how your experience was, because everyone has a different sort of story regarding that. So yeah, Vaughn got 21 downs, really good against level 17, 38, and 4 or 6. And yeah, thanks again, and see you in the next one, guys. Bye bye.